Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I have so many cool things to talk about and do, and oh, I'm just so excited. Okay, so. First things first. If you haven't done this already, I would sure appreciate it if you did. Like, follow, subscribe, share, comment on anncorbierescottdesigns, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That would be greatly appreciated. And then go to anncorbierescottdesigns.com for everything Ann and Artsy. If you happened to be on social media this morning, then you saw that I had my Hello Flower printables out. So this is one that I started on my trip with my sister, and so I'm kind of fiddling with some ideas for this. And then I have this one that I cut apart because I just used this piece for something else, blah, blah, blah. So I want to play with that. But I also wanted to play with this. This is Vintage Papeterie number 9, one of my favorites. Good morning, Debbie. And you know, I just have to tell you, Lauren was over this weekend. And you know what happens when Lauren comes to my house? I always find a new cool little technique to add to our artsy arsenal. She printed Vintage Papeterie on vellum and then added it as a, she tore a piece off of it and added it as a another part of a builder for her card. Oh my gosh. Stinking brilliant. So we're totally doing that today. But to calm my crazy nerves, I am going to just start painting. So I had some ideas. So I have this card from Beam. They have these cards. There's a gouache one and a Spectrum 11 one. And they're more than just a dot card because you get this heart full of color. And so I'm using the gouache one today. I used it on something else the other day, and then I was kind of like falling in love with it. And so I'm going to just wet each of these hearts because I don't know exactly what direction I want to go with. Oops, milkweed. I love milkweed. Which direction I want to go with color-wise for... She is a stinking genius. I'm telling you. And you know what the crazy thing is? She doesn't think she is. She's the most humble girl. But I tell her every time, like, no, people want to know what you're doing. It's so cool, right? So I have 3 brushes that I pulled today. I have my Beam number 4. I have a Filbert, which is a number 4 from, these are Snap, but they're from Princeton, and a number 2 Snap Round. Those are the ones I grabbed. Good morning, Sue. Hey, Tam. So, while we're waiting for this paint to activate, I'm going to set these aside because I had this thought. So this I did with my ballpoint paint technique that I taught in Back to Art School 103. And I did it on the road. It was kind of crazy. But I'm feeling like, what if I added some watercolor on top of that? Or some gouache? Let's see what happens. So I'm going to take my wet brush and I'm going to really work that water into this paint. And this is called Morning Peach. I love that color. There aren't very many colors that I don't like. I don't think. Okay. What do you think? I think it's just going to add a little something, something, you know? I'm just painting kind of randomly the white spots, but leaving some of the white also. I think it's just going to add. So I'm just kind of randomly adding some color, more color, something different, something, I don't know, just a little bit something more. Good morning, Valerie. How are you this morning? So I'm just, I don't know, this just felt like it's been kind of, you know, when you have this, like this has been sitting on my desk, sort of done for a while, and I was like, I just want to do something more to it, but I don't exactly know what more I want to do. So this is on a little thick, so I'm going to clean my brush and then tap it off on my paper towel. Here we go, so you can see more. And then just kind of remove a little bit of that color, because I still want that pen to really kind of shine through. I just think this gives it kind of a more artsy vibe. And now I'm feeling, I'm just going over this little rose, this little bud of a flower with a wet brush and seeing what I can make happen. Let's take a piece of paper towel and tap that off, see what I get. Do the same up here, see what I get. I'm just loving it. I'm just loving it. Okay, right here. Let's see. I love it. Okay, so then I'm feeling like let's do something with this leaf. Let's kind of do the same technique. So let's bring in milkweed, because I told you it's my favorite. We're just gonna randomly jiggy 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 jiggy, right? And then let's tap that off, see what remains. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I feel like it's just like a richer version of what we have here. So now I have these other pieces that I want to incorporate into some kind of correspondence pieces, but I don't know exactly what I want to do. I feel like, good morning, Lindy. How are you? Yay! I love that. I love that you're going to get your little artsy fill first and then go do your yard work. We have to do our yard work well, we hired somebody now, but any outside stuff we have to do so early in the morning because it's so hot. It's so hot. And it's super humid today because we had the first dust storm of the season yesterday. And they're called, it's the monsoon season, so we have lots of rain. So we had lots of rain last night, but they're also called haboobs, and they are pretty gnarly. Oh, the pens that I used are, oh yes, very affected keels. We were very affected by the dust storms. And you know what's so crazy? Joni lives maybe a mile or two away from me in one direction, and Carmen lives about the same distance in another direction. And we got lots of rain, and Joni didn't get hardly any, but Carm got some. It's crazy, isn't it? It was, I'm telling you, it was crazy, Deb. And Jeff came home just before it hit. He had gone to the grocery store and said that he wanted to make hamburgers on the grill, but instead we ended up doing hamburgers in the frying pan because it was there was no way he could do it outside, and so it was crazy. But we do like to watch them. They're kind of fascinating to watch. They're fascinating to watch it just come across the valley. It's crazy. It's super, super crazy. So the pens that I used, Valerie, are my Loddie Doddie gel pens. I'm kind of in love with these pens. I used to go outside for yard work at 5 a.m. when I lived. Yes, Lindy, absolutely. Yeah, we get a notice over our phone that they're coming. So then you just know to get inside because they're pretty gnarly. They're pretty gnarly, but they are kind of fun to just stand on my back patio and watch. And we got lots of rain. Carm said she got some rain. Tessa lost her electricity. So we all live in little bit different parts of the valley. We're all on the west side of town of Phoenix, but we all get, storms just kind of land where they want to, I guess. Well, we have dust devils, but that's different than a dust storm. A dust devil is just like a tornado of dust. A dust storm is this wall of dust that just comes across the whole valley. It's the craziest phenomenon. I'm feeling like I want to do these. I have this big idea. So you know what? I'm just going to start painting as we chat. So I'm going to, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to use green instead. I'm going to use that milkweed instead. And gouache is such a fun, it's just such a fun paint to play with. And the crazy thing about gouache is it can come in all these different iterations. It can be, some gouache is thick, right? Like heavy bodied. And some is thin, some is in a pan like this. It's just the most interesting medium, but super fun to play with. So I'm just gonna paint because that's what always kind of calms my soul. You know, there's so much crazy going on in the world right now. You know, all these crazy tariffs and I'm not a political person, but I will say those tariffs are killing small businesses, not big corporations, small businesses. I have lots of friends that have small businesses around the world, and they can't ship to the U.S. anymore as of today. It's just the craziest. I don't know. Anyway, support small businesses. We're gonna go away if people don't support us. That's for sure. Let's see. Good morning, Renata. Let's see, where am I? We have lots of crazy weather here in Southern California. Saturday we had lightning strikes and started fires. We had rain like monsoon type. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy over here. Raylan was driving near the 101 on the 10 and said it was like zombie complex. Oh, I don't know that it was quite that bad, Tam, but it was crazy. The last dust storm I saw before leaving Arizona was 1 mile high and 2 miles across, according to the local meteorologist in Phoenix. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. They're just a phenomenon to see and to witness it. Oh, so you know how I always ask you guys, like, what are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you reading? What, you know, are you eating something new and different? I am eating so much fruit because it's, you know, it's the tail end of peach season here. We get lots of Utah peaches here, and so I've been eating a lot of peaches, but I found these blueberries at Sprouts, which is my local natural grocery store, that were like big. I mean, the tiny, tiny, tiny wild blueberries are the best blueberries in my estimation. But these are, oh, they're so delicious. They are. But I've been listening to Dan Fogelberg. Anybody remember him? I'm telling you, I'm just in love with Dan Fogelberg lately. Everybody take a drink. Like crazy. Like crazy. I've been listening to Dan Fogelberg. Oh, so I told you that Lauren came over on Sunday. In north of Germany, we have fall around the corner. We have only 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Really? So Renata, fall comes here, but it doesn't, it's not like fall like in the northeast or the Midwest. It's just not as hot. We don't get that kind of weather until later in the year. What was I just gonna do? Oh, I love fresh fruit. Me too. So in my fridge right now, I have Cosmic Crisp apples, which I am really enjoying. I have those blueberries, and I have some strawberries, and I have a watermelon that's about this big because Desiree picked it out at the grocery store at Trader Joe's, and I have some sweet cherries. Love those. Anyway. So Tessa and Lauren came over on Sunday, and we worked on some things. We are going to be in the process of revamping my website, and so be on the lookout for that. But it will be a long, slow process because we're a small but mighty team. But we all have full-time jobs, and anywho. So these are dry, so I want to start fussy cutting because I have a couple of ideas, because I want to make some, cards. I have a couple of thank you cards that I owe people, and, I don't know, I've been kind of feeling some postcard ideas. Oh my gosh, I saw this cutest postcard idea on social media in the last couple days. It's called Message in a Bottle Postcards. Oh my gosh, I will post the link in the Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. You will die. They're just the cutest things. Okay, so I have I'm going to add some gel pen to this. Let's see. I think I'm just doing some scratchy marks around the edge of the postage stamp here. Kind of taking that. What if I do it over here too? Like you're in the center of all of my little sketchy lines. What if I just add bits of green? think that's kind of interesting. So if you get the chance, listen to a little Dan Fogelberg today. Lindy says, oh, let's see, oh my goodness, 64 degrees in northern lower Michigan. Lindy says, yes, because you're up here, huh? Keely says 68 and sunny here in Chicagoland. What is the paper you printed on? So this paper is, it's watercolor paper, but it's 90 pound, and I will put a link. I used to have a link back when I had the Ann's Artsy Arsenal. I just love this. It's by Canson, and it's Canson XL 90 pound, and it comes loose like in a ream, and it's it'll run through your printer. It's the best. Okay. Oh, so I was telling you guys that I like that, but now you know what I'm feeling like. Maybe let's see. Debbie says, yesterday I jelly printed on tea bag paper. Not a fan. Deb, I gave you some of that at the last retreat. It was in your packet of papers to play with. Tell me why you didn't like it. Like, what was it that you didn't like about it? So I'm going to take my white gel pen. Let's see what happens. Prime it. Remember, always prime your gel pens. And then I'm just going to put some, like, my pen is barely touching my paper. So I just want to, I don't like it when things are solidly colored. I like it to look kind of natural, because natural would have like many colors. There. Stop. I'm loving that. Now, let's see. Valerie says, I love cherries. I got some at the beach from a fruit stand on the side of the road. They were, I know, I just love cherries. No, I'm going to have to buy those pens. I'm telling you. So, I got mine from Loddie Doddie's site. Someone said that they could get that they found them at TJ Maxx. So check that out. And Loddie Doddie makes more than just gel pens. I just happen to really like a gel pen. If you saw my desk, you'd say, yep, you sure do. You like pens in general. So TJ Maxx, Loddie Doddie's website, or Amazon also has them. I have a brand new set that I haven't even broke out yet, so look for that coming to you soon. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I have my little sheet of notes. So for Thursday, do you remember I posted Fitzg St. Louis's Auntie's sculptures that are in she's an artist in New York City. Anyway, and I posted that little video in the anncorbierescottdesigns Facebook group, I believe, or maybe it was here. I don't remember. But anyway, her sculptures were so inspiring. I want to do something inspired by her on Thursday. So gather your artsy papers on Thursday and your scissors. And, you know, be ready for some fun. Okay, let's see. Debbie says, I watched a video with someone using the tea bag paper. It was cool. So you know me, I ordered a pack of 100 sheets. I laugh because it's me too, Deb. I am finding that it tears and rips really easily. Yes, so any kind of tissue paper, you kind of really need to be really mindful of that when you're pulling it off of your gel plate. That's for sure. Thank you, Keel. Yes, support small businesses. Oh, pens, markers, paint, brushes, you kind of name it. I'm feeling like I may want to fill in parts of the letters, the little sketchy parts of the letters. Let's see what other greens I have. I have this kind of a lighter green, and I have this green, which I think is pretty much the same, but probably different. What else do I have? This green. That green. These are kind of way more aqua-ish. But I'll pull them out just to see what's what. Maybe you need to wait until it is completely dry before taking the paper off the plate. Oh, interesting. Good point, Tam. I'm donating the tea bag paper to anyone to use at the retreat. Oh, that's funny, but good idea, Ted. Then everybody gets to try it. You know what I mean? And that's so funny. So I had an art day with Tessa and Lauren on Saturday, or Sunday, excuse me. And then yesterday I had a little sort of meeting, retreat meeting, girlfriend catch-up with Carmen and Joni yesterday, and we were talking about, like, when you try a new medium or a new technique, you need to try it like about 10 times, I have found, for me to like find my sweet spot. We were talking to our friend Lynn, and we were saying the same thing. Like, it takes it's never gonna be fabuloso on the first try. Or if it is, it's so rare. It's so rare that it's fabulous on the first try. Because you kind of have to, you know, everybody has their is this the one I used? Because I really kind of like that one. Everybody has their strengths and strengths and weaknesses, and so I feel like you have to find your, like, we all basically jelly print in the same way, but Tessa taught us about long pulls and short pulls last year at the retreat, and so we really take that into consideration now, or at least I do. And we also, everybody, it's just ever so slightly different, and so your results are going to be ever so slightly different, right? Let's see. Valerie, do you store your pens by brands or by color? By brands. By brands. Like this bag is going to be fast outgrowing. Debbie, Lori gave me this a long time ago. Isn't it pretty? I'm going to outgrow it, but yeah, like I have them by brands. If I'm doing something that is like all yellow, I might pull all my yellow things and have them on my desk, but then I put them back in their respective homes. Let's see. Oops. So, oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I saw this, I've participated in one similar that my friend Monica turned me on to, but I saw that Miss Amanda Evanston was announcing another one of these kind of worldwide art experiences, like, for lack of a better word, because I'm kind of paying attention to the line where I should be coloring this morning. Sort of. Hey, so anyway, on Saturday, September 20th, mark your calendars, we're going to have random acts of art. And what you do is you create 4 or more small artworks, and it can be anything. It could be a postcard, it could be a ATC card, it could be a little canvas, whatever is your thing. Anyway, then on September 20th, you're going to leave them in a public spot, a park bench, a cafe table, a bus stop, a grocery cart, and label them free art. There is a downloadable printable thing that you can use, and so I will get all of that information and put it in this week's newsletter. And then you're going to walk away grinning, and someone else gets the surprise of their day. But before you walk away, be sure to snap a photo where you left your art and post it with the hashtag GP Random Art Acts of Art. And I will put all this information in this week's newsletter. So be sure to open your newsletter and get all that information. And because I thought that is a perfect way for us to spread some sunshine in the world. You know, we were just talking about there's lots of places in the world, well, there's lots of places in our country in general that are a little bit scary right now, and so we can certainly we can do some things to, like, just spread a little sunshine. Look at this lime green. I was thinking, I'll do a little bit of stippling up in these corners. I just love all these different layers of color, you know? It kind of makes me all kinds of happy. Yes. I'll make a few more dots that are kind of, so it looks like it's just dispersing at the corners. I'm kind of digging that idea. Okay. We do need to spread some sunshine. So, you flew out to Switzerland. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Debbie, that would be so cool to do it in the airport or someplace in Switzerland. Shut it, sister. Because you need to take pictures of where you post it, you know? OMG. That would be so cool, Deb. That would be so cool. I'm thinking I'm going to do postcards because I have lots of postcards kind of started, And so I'm thinking that will be a fun something to do. So how am I doing on time? I'm never going to get my cards made today in class time, but I wanted to show you one thing that I was so I'm totally stealing this idea from our lovely Lauren. So I'm going to fussy cut this, and then I'll show you the next 2 steps. And then once the cards are made, I will take pictures and post them. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I think in last week's, was it last week's newsletter or maybe the week before, I posted some cool stuff that the team has made with this Hello Flower art printable. And so, and one was, Carmen had made this postcard, and OMG, you guys. Carmen is kind of one of her go-to techniques. Everybody has their go-to techniques, right? One of her go-to techniques is she likes to print things twice, and then she likes to layer. And I'm telling you, she does some of the coolest stuff. So she did the rainbow flower of this, and then underneath she printed just the black and white version of this same flower, so that automatically created such depth and such texture. Oh my gosh, so cool. Lots of cool dimension. These are my little bitty travel scissors, but I kind of love them for fussy cutting. There we go. So, oh, what was I was going to tell you something else about the random acts of art. Oh my gosh. So in the verbiage, in the literature that kind of goes out with it, it says, think of it as guerrilla kindness with paint. Shut up. I love that. So if you do it, if you would post pictures in our Corbiere-Scott.designs Facebook group, I would love that. I would love to see us just spreading kindness and joy out there in the world. Okay, Keely says, I was so inspired by Carmen's layering that I used the technique on my Capture August page. Shut it! I love that. Carmen says she's doing Capture September. I go, well, that's the beauty. It's your art journal. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you ding dang please. Right? I know, doesn't it sound like fun, Joni? I think we will have ourselves a time. So, on my way to Carmen's house yesterday, I had this moment, and you know, sometimes people talk about stuff, but it kind of takes like just this flash of a moment for you to experience it yourself and for it to have an impact on you. So yesterday I was driving to Carmen's house, and like I said, she doesn't live very far from me. And so I was almost to her house, and I was at a crosswalk on like just a little city block. Nothing, like not a high traffic area at all. Anyway, there was a man in a scooter, like a scooter for someone who has a physical challenge. And he was in the crosswalk, but just like right by the sidewalk. So I told him to go ahead, and he said no, that I needed to go ahead. And so I smiled, and he smiled back. The biggest smile. It was so bright and so beautiful, and I just thought, smiling is contagious. And I know there's so much controversy about like men telling women to smile more. Gross. But I'm just saying, a genuine smile from your fellow human, oh my gosh, it just carried me. It was so lovely. It was. So I have a couple of ideas. Fussy cut that, fussy cut this. So Tessa's got something in the works. I can't wait to see it with this Hello Flower artwork that she was painting on. And I know she was cursing my name when she was fussy cutting these postage stamps, because she printed it like 4 or 5 times. She's doing something. If you know Tessa, you know she's all about the rainbow. And so I am telling you, I can't wait to see it. So now I've piqued your interest. She'll be posting it sometime soon. And so will Lauren with her. Oh my gosh. Her techniques are just stupendous, I must say. So as a team, we talked about creating with the whole sheet of artwork, like creating something with everything. So it doesn't have to be all one. So maybe I'll put that challenge out to you guys too. Create with the whole Hello Flower art printable. Like it doesn't have to be one project, one card, or one art journal page, whatever, with all the elements. But maybe it's 5 different things with all the elements. I don't know. Whatever kind of speaks to you. But creating with the whole art printable. Like how will you use all those elements in something artsy? So I put that out to you too. So watch for ours, and then we'll watch for yours. And this one is a little bit different, right? Because we have those 2 text boxes. So I have this idea for this. I think I want to do these 2 also. And kind of hemming and hawing. Good morning, Kathy Upchurch. Oh, everybody take a drink. Okay, so like most artsy pals, we often make things for each other. And so Tessa said, oh, I made something for you guys. So she gave us each this little milk carton. Shut up. How dang cute is it? Have you seen me? Last seen with a suspicious looking dish on the night the cow jumped over the moon. Anyone with information should contact the local authorities. Missing. Are you kidding around? It's so dang cute. So anyway, this was closed, and inside of this little milk carton was a stack of stickers. Oh my gosh, wait till you see them. So dang cute. So there's this little typewriter, which I'll be sending to my child, the writer. Look at this. Paint. Happy mail. Smells like happy mail. Hope this makes you smile. And then the writer. Would you please? Oh my gosh, Lauren and I were swooning. It was fab. Let's see, what do we got? Isn't it just adorable? Oh my gosh. I fell in love with it. Okay, I'm going to paint these. I think I'm going to paint these green. Or maybe one green, one peach. One milkweed, one... Uh-oh. Got a little bit of... See if I can remove that. Beach rose. Sort of. Just like it kind of, modeled. Let's do the same here. Just kind of modeled. Let's see. Oh, I'm loving that. So then, and then let's do a little bit of splat. On each of these, because that'll just give it some cool visual interest. So let's get some milkweed. Can I dig in that? Sometimes when I splatter, I like to turn it so then I get, I get it from a different angle. And splatters. There we go. Set that aside to dry. And then let's do the same thing with this one. Get all the green paint out of my brush. And let's come in for some morning peach. So pretty. Okay, so now I have over here, I pulled some card stuff, like some card bases And here's a card base that I pulled that I embossed just one side of. Kind of digging that. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to take the flower and I'm going to cut it in half. We've done this before with cactus and let's see. Right, we've done it with cactus, we've done it with other flowers. You know we love to do this. So what I was thinking, okay, so that's awful crooked, so I'm going to even that out. But then I'm going to take my, remember we have our vellum that we haven't even talked about hardly. I'm going to just tear a piece and have that underneath. Stop it, you guys. Right? Maybe. I don't know. Sort of. But I also have this piece. I have this Hello Flower, which I'm kind of digging. Oh, and you know what? I think my paper trimmer is upstairs. But you get the kind of the idea of I'm just rough chopping this, but you'll get the idea. I just know you will. Or this could be here. I don't know. And this could be painted. Oh, let's see. I have this. Anybody else have these pieces of paper? So it's kind of an underpaper that I started, like I was playing with some colors. So let's use it for a sort of an underpaper. Me too, Joni. I'm really liking it too. Let's let that dry. And then once it's dry, I can trim it down. I think that might be a cool addition to this card, because it just gives you another layer of color. And then, look, I have another entire half of a card. Look at it on. Shut it. Look at it on. Oh, let's do some more of that. Of that. Oh, yeah. Vellum. Ooh, kind of digging that one too. What do you guys think? Two cards. Shut it. So go out and make sure that you have Hello Flower and make something with all the components. Or make a few things, but just post like that you made something with all the components. I would love to see. and print your vintage papeterie on vellum. That Lauren, what would we do without her delightful tips? I'm telling you. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Anyway, let me look at my notes and make sure that I said all the things I wanted to say. Oh, so the Random Acts of Art, that one of the other taglines is because joy looks better on the loose. Shut it. Hey Jan, how are you? I just loved that. I just loved that. And it does, doesn't it? Joy does look better on the loose. Hi Sarah. Hi Holly. Hi Jan again. When you come on, just be sure to say hi, so we can just say hey. So I can't wait to finish these up. Like I said, I have some thank yous to write today. And don't forget to gather some artsy papers and your scissors or circle punches or templates with circles. Anyway, because we're going to make something inspired by Fitzg St. Louise. If you haven't watched that video, be sure to check that out on, I don't remember which one it's on, Keels. If it's in anncorbierescottdesigns Facebook page or Facebook group, but it's on one of those, and it's, oh my gosh, so inspiring. And then look her up. Her art is just, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And her name is spelled, oh, I was also listening to Bachman Turner Overdrive. I was kind of in a 70s vibe, can you tell? Okay, her name is F-I-T G-I Saint Louis. There we go. So check her out. Be sure to check her art out. You will be so inspired. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gather up your art papers. Have an amazingly tremendous Tuesday. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you soon. If you're watching this on the replay, be sure to let us know. #replay. Bye, everyone.